If you're ever feeling not enough, you're going to want to listen to this story. You're going to want to watch this video. So there was a time when I used to go out a lot in New York, and I remember going out to all these different clubs. One of them was Marquee Nightclub. I remember feeling not enough because it's a high-end place at the time, and you have to buy cover or you have to get a table to go. And I realized, man, it's fucking hard being a guy. If you don't have this, you don't have that, no girl's gonna wanna talk to you. And when I was in that environment, I couldn't help but to feel like a second-class citizen. I was like, being me is not enough. I'm some dude, I'm just a random, I'm a nobody, got no clout, got no money. And if you wanna go, you gotta nut up, you gotta pay. You are so not enough that you have to pay money to be deserving to get in. And I saw all these pretty girls and they would just skip the long ass line, be able to walk in and just be able to get in for free. And then once you're inside, if you're a dude, you gotta pay $25, $30 for a drink. If you're a girl, you get that shit for free. You're in VIP. It's just so easy. It was like a different world. And what I realized in that moment is this really true? Aren't we all humans? This is not the reality that I think that we should be living in. Now, was I delusional? No. I actually believe that as humans, we're all equal. And in my value system and in my value hierarchy, what matters most is, are you a good person? Are you somebody that treats people well? Are you someone that's kind? Are you compassionate? Or are you someone that's just gonna bring bad energy, bad vibes, and fuck some people's lives up? I remember walking around, and I remember this quote: just because you won the genetic lottery doesn't mean that you've won me over or that you're the shit. Right, so beauty is an advantage, but it's not the end all be all. And that was such a powerful line for me because it evened out the playing field. It was one that made me realize, hey, I'm equally deciding as other people are deciding whether we allow each other into each other's lives. Now I was walking around with a very different vibe, a different energy. I still brought good energy. I still treated people compassionately, but I wasn't coming from a place of needing to compensate or make up for anything. And the funny thing was this, is that groundedness people felt, and people started treating me differently. I was like, whoa, what is going on? It was like, you see somebody that values themselves. They're able to be kind, cool, but they're not just like kissing your ass or having this needy feeling of wanting anything from you. That was the way that I started coming out as. And I was like, wow, I didn't realize that this shift would create such a difference. This feeling of being not enough is a low vibe state. It's a low frequency. It's constantly feeling the pain of being not enough and seeing all the problems. That can be a good thing, but it can be addictive. Seeing all the problems allows you to find the things that you can improve upon. But when it comes to social interactions, emotional value is such an underrated thing, right? Allowing yourself to feel good for who you are is such a great thing. Most people want to feel good. And if you just allow them to feel that way by bringing this warmth, this good energy, this good vibe, this playfulness, this fun, all things that we tap into, all things that you can control. This is one of the secrets to allow you to be a world-class connector. It's so simple, but yet it's so rare because most people are addicted to their pain, to their trauma, to feeling the way they feel, to be justified in the ways that they are not showing up the way they want to show up as. It's just a decision of letting go of that shit and not letting it affect you. And instead, tapping into a different vibe place, a higher vibe place. That is one of a creator, where you can create the fun, create that feeling of what makes you have a good time, what makes you laugh, what makes you smile, because that energy transfers. If you have a problem, when you tap into that place, you're in a solutions-oriented place. You're gonna think of all the ways that you can make shit happen, that you can make more money, the things you can do, the ways that you can be to be able to make more friends, you know, create more possibilities, create more adventures, create more epicness, start that business. Your mind just opens up to all these different new possibilities of how you can get what you want. So like, even going back into that club example of Marquee, I started befriending every bouncer. I started befriending different bartenders, you know, different service people, made it my home, owners of clubs. You know, if you can make friends with the DJ and the artist too, or the people who are regulars, socialites, connectors, you get invited to things, and then everything just starts opening up. I've saved so much money just by being a genuinely down-to-earth, I think, cool person. And anybody can do that too, right? When we get over our own ego, right? Our ego loves feeling the way it feels. Shit opens up. Have ego when it comes to having a sense of pride in yourself and the things that you can do to better yourself, but drop the ego when it comes to connecting with people. If you drop the ego, it becomes easier to connect with others, because nobody wants to connect with a super egotistical dude that only thinks about himself. A collaborative frame is one of the highest places where you can be. And when you find ways to be able to win together, what's not to like? So I got to run to another event. Speaking on that note, I know this was a little bit rushed, but I had to share that today. The Wellness Institute in LA. Until next time, peace.